My beautiful and proud Leos. To save some time, I already shuffled the cards and laid them out. I'm using a Celtic 10 card spread that allows me to look at past, present, and future influences for the week. And as always, I'll be teaching the tarot through each card so you not only receive your message, but you start to build your own intuitive relationship with the cards, because this is what this channel is all about, using tarot for our betterment and our benefit. And the benefit that you will garner this week, my Leo friends, is if you allow your heart to fly. There's a lot of friction between what your heart wants to do and what your mind thinks you need to do for your creative energy, whether it's bringing creative energy into a relationship or meeting someone that has a dynamic personality and maybe you're falling in love, or else you're maybe in a conflict at work where you really want to apply your heart, which is a big deal to a Leo, but everything else around you is kind of disenfranchised, and you feel like you don't really want to give your heart or your creative energy or intellect to that kind of endeavor. And I'm saying don't be like that, okay, Leo? Let's adapt to what the situations are at hand. We maybe sometimes can't control the scenario, but we can definitely control how we respond. And I don't want you to kill yourself in any way, shape, or form if your heart is not being fully engaged in work, because there's new outlooks here as well. Wherever you want to take that perspective and viewpoint, that's an opportunity for you. And for those of you that are falling in love or want to bring a refresh to an existing relationship and just bring that razzmatazz back to your life as well, all the potential is there. So don't block your own creative energy. And the reason why I'm saying this is such an interesting combo in the beginning of the reading in that first card placement is the general significator of the overall 10 card spread. And it's the Two of Cups, which literally means falling in love with yourself, falling in love with other people, falling in love even with work, your outside community, giving you that razzmatazz in your step, your spirit, your heart is a flame, and now it's igniting everything else within you. And it's it's like having a crush on life, and more importantly, having a crush on you. It's beautiful energy, especially when it gets ignited with that big heart of a Leo, okay? And also your intellect and the creative is astonishing as well. So that combo, when it's joined together, that's when magic happens. And that's what's happening right here, but you're kind of blocking it. And that's what makes this reading so interesting. So I've got that new fresh energy of the two. It's a platform state, so I've kind of I got a little stand, like I still need to have steps forward in the journey of the cups, which is our heart. It's, again, falling in love, that emotional flow, feeling, intuition also falls under this domain, psychic energy, our ability to connect to our subconscious, even in our dream sets, all gets enhanced in the journey of the cups. So wherever you're feeling that stirring for yourself, it's a new opportunity to take advantage of that potential. And what's nice about the Two of Cups too, see those rough seas? That's a representation of the emotional drama, the upheaval, the chaos, the intensity that you've probably been experiencing in the area of the heart for quite a while. And now we're leaving that scenario, kind of little calm seas in the background. We're getting our footing. We're just finding our footing. So that's what makes it so exciting. Again, like a crush, you don't know exactly where it's going to go. But it's exciting to have it, and it's exciting to have it ignite your heart, which it absolutely belongs. But what makes this interesting is that second card that's crossing that energy, right? What's conflicting with the Two of Cups, what's not allowing the Two of Cups to really fly, like really have a great time in the area of the heart, is the Knight of Wands. And that's really interesting because wands are our creative energy, imagination, inspiration materialize in a real way. And an idea takes a material reality. That's a domain of the suit of wands, right? It's that ignition in our creative energy to be able to put forth and make something happen. And in the night, it's a real rush of energy. It's a real rush of like a backwind, like, let's go, let's ride. And maybe with this combo, you're feeling like you're just getting your footing with your heart. And maybe you met someone that's really dynamic and wants to sweep you off your feet, and you're really reluctant, but just go with the flow right now. And also too, because of the Two of Cups, if you have new stirrings in the creative, let's say in the area of work or an entrepreneur, don't be afraid of that as well, because that's what reading is all about, is to implement the change that your heart wants to happen, okay? And wherever that's leading you, my Leo friends, you need to lead with heart, because at the end of the day, let's say you're holding back heart, like in a work situation, you have a lousy boss or someone that's just not doing the right thing, or has a small perspective and viewpoint as to what is right and wrong, or just have that, doesn't execute things correctly, whatever the case may be, and you're closing down your heart, and more importantly, you're closing down your ideas for creativity to be a good team player, whatever that case is for you, don't do that, because the only one that's going to end up eating that poison is you, because that boss will always be the same. But you want to be the good team player, the good coworker, all those other people, to the people that are your peers around you. People look at you like that. I know it is a Leo. That's how people have that dimension about you, just because of your astrology sign and that stoicism, that pragmatic, practical way of approaching anything, right? Including love. So don't block any of this energy right now. And I'm going to hop around a little bit here too. Okay. Because I think part of it is in the seventh card placement is the way that we're feeling about ourselves. So I got that juicy Two of Cups igniting me in a new way of love in that significator, but the star in that self is a major arcana card, and the star is a doozy. Major arcana cards are life lessons when we encounter them. And when I see the star, it means that you're moving out of that dark shadow land where you only had the star as the only light. You couldn't find your footing, never mind see anything forward. It's a kind of a let go, let God scenario to me, because it's really deep and it's not a small time mark. It's really intense. It's kind of so intense that you can't even get out the words to your best friend or your partner. It's like only a dialogue between you and God. It's hope and faith manifested. That's a representation of the stars, that celestial divine order that God's testing you. And when it appears in a reading for me, it's the testing is done. And I know you know that you're starting to find your footing. That's why that little tickle of love is starting to happen in that beautiful heart of yours. And the star is a karmic reward for me, okay? So while everything was hitting the fan all around you, you tried to do the right thing with right intention and right heart, and, just doing, again, having character and ethics and integrity throughout all your manners, even against other people and their conflict or their friction that they had up against you and your integrity, right? That's part of that journey as well. The star not only wants you to get to know God and the universe and believe in that hope and faith, but it wants you to get to know yourself better. And now when it's like a rebirth, when it appears to me, I'm done with you. You're stronger. You have a stronger sense of who you are, your identity. You've been through some stuff and then some, you know what I mean? So that builds experience that translates to wisdom and insight and strong footing and self-confidence, self-esteem, and self-love. So I don't want you to be afraid of anything, all right? That's a reflection of the star, because the reward is coming your way. Even if, let's say, you've been in tough relationships in the past and all of a sudden you're getting your heart tickled in a new way, go with it. Or if things were not even a relationship that needs an infusion of new excitement, go for it. Don't be afraid to do so because of past reflections, okay? Or past maybe even failures, because in that fifth card placement, or what you perceive as failures, never it's failure. It's always life lessons, right? It's always for our betterment. That's exactly what tarot teaches us. And in that fifth card placement, what's leaving our life, which is ironic in the Six of Cups, it's a celebratory state in the area of, again, the heart. It's nostalgia in tarot. So we could take all the good stuff and the happy times and the joyous things that we encountered in past relationships, including friends and friendship, that we want to bring forth into this new kind of way that we're looking at life in this perspective. That's the fantastic exalted state of the Six of Cups. So take it. Congratulations, pat yourself on the back. You learned the lessons and you're now going to apply them. But if we're looking back like, oh, I wish it was like this, or I wish I had done this, or we're wallowing it was always better then. Again, wherever you need to do a fine tune on your love engine, that's where it needs to happen. It means it's all in your capable hands. So, and let's say maybe here too, you don't know what to do. Take some time to meditate. Take some time to get connected to you, that you learn that out of the star, right? And here in the sixth says you've learned some stuff about past relationships, friendships, all those kind of kit and caboodle that now you get to apply in a new way for you. So bring that energy in. And here's our first clue as to how you maybe get that firm foundation for yourself and draw on support emotionally, especially in the Four of Wands, in that top of the matter, in the 10 card spread. But I like to say God's placement on how to navigate the week. It's the four is a firm foundation in the area of numerology and tarot. And again, wands are creative energy starting to ignite into a material reality. See those calm seas? Your ship is ready to sail in new directions. All your wands are aflame. It's ignited with all that passion and excitement and enthusiasm, which I guarantee has been lacking for a while, and it's starting to find a firm footing in you. That's probably why that love heart wants to be blended with it. And what's nice about the four in my deck is you come together with other kindred spirits. Other people, like-minded souls that have been through their own trials and tribulations. It doesn't have to be the same exactly as you, but it comes down to that same base of character, integrity, ethics that they learned about themselves. It's going to be that friction and conflict, the hard stuff that makes you understand where your ethics lied, right? And where you like, oh my God, I don't like that person or the way they conduct themselves. I don't like that characteristic. I'm not going to do that for myself. This is how I want to behave. This is how I want to lead by example. That would be also the Leo domain. And here we come together with other people in like-minded states. So wherever you want to build a new idea too. This is great for entrepreneurship, great for the collective, let's say even co-workers, great for family and friends too, to bring things in a new way, because that's been part of the kind of challenges that Leo's had, is to recognize who stays and who doesn't. Again, as long as with behavior, but also people in situations that no longer serve your betterment, right? They just need to go by the wayside. Or if they're still in your stratosphere, it's not going to allow you to cut yourself down or undermine your own authority getting through your day, right? And I think part of it too, especially for a Leo, this is so interesting here. In the fourth card position is the gut feeling. I like to say it's the base of the matter in the 10 card spread, the Empress. Another major arcana. Oh, do it. Oh yeah, the star was a major arcana. So we have we have four of them. So we got quite a few here. Okay, so a little life lesson: shift in a new direction of the positive is what's happening here. And the Empress in that gut position is that you need some nurturing yourself. Okay, self-care, self-love, that dialogue, especially to that inner narrative of your heart and your head, has to be the most positive, and it can't be undermining in any way, shape, or form, or it can't be buying into other past stuff that we looked as a reflection that wasn't successful or didn't move us in the right way. That's not about judgment. It's about learning to have that, take that wisdom from it and applying it in a new way. And the Empress also, to me, she's like Mother Earth, right? She's like the seasons. Sometimes you can be singing spring and summer, like, oh, hi, happy, happy. Other times, watch out. Here comes winter. And it's just that dynamic that we all have within us. Sometimes I'm really happy thing, and other times I'm having a really tough day. But when the Empress appears to me, especially in that fourth position, it means you're beating yourself up in this manner. And let's say you want to be a good mom, or you're questioning yourself as a good parent or a good caregiver or a good loving member of any kind of, like, where you're taking care of people in that emotional, maybe even financial and material way. The Empress is saying, okay, it's all right. Don't beat yourself up here, okay? So maybe that's what's causing the conflict. You feel maybe you need to move in new directions, even being a mom, or maybe wanting to be a mom, or doing things differently as a mom or grandma, or whatever that reflection, even granddad, dad, it doesn't matter. It's all about the vibe of wanting to be nurturing. But remember that nurturing has to start from within. You can't give nurture, can't give love or nurturing out to anybody else unless you've got it within too, right? Because we can't call on a reserve that's empty. And that's what this is all about. It's stirring. It wants to fill up your tank. So let it. So again, let's not wallow in the past, and that fifth card placement literally is the past reflection. So it's a double whammy, like if you were sitting in front of me, I'd tap you on the head, say, let's pay attention to this. Let's move into the future, because it's going to be much more exciting and dynamic as we do so, okay? And even if you have to maneuver in a secretive manner, or you're maneuvering against deceptive people, the Magician is here, and the sixth card position is what's happening right now. So let's say, again, like if you have a work scenario, or even a lover scenario, or you're like leaving a relationship, and you're maneuvering in a way that needs to be strategic and analytical so you could protect yourself. That's the Magician's domain. It protects you also against shady people. It allows you to lift yourself up to a perspective. It equips the fool when the fool comes out of the cave of enlightenment. God's not going to leave you hanging, right? He's not going to say, let me put you through the star and then just leave you out there to dry. No, the Magician comes along to protect you, to lead other people that might be shady against you in a different direction. But it's also a reminder, like, you're the alchemist of the tarot, right? It's he at his feet. I've got all the skill sets of the tarot, the imagination of the wands, the intellect of the swords, the abundancy, including money of the pentacles, and all that emotional flow, heart and love in the area of the cups. Okay, so this is you. I want you to use that to your advantage wherever that applies. Just remember, you can make magic happen anywhere, but it's got to start with that creative and love to give the flame to the Magician. And you already learned this, Leo, so let's not let anyone or anything undermine who you are within yourself, okay? And it's all stemming a little bit from that hardship of the star. It's hard to believe that we're moving in a new direction, but it's a karma card, like I said, and that new direction is love and intellect combined with creative spirit. Wow. It's so beautiful, right? A beautiful trio. Just a well-roundedness for a Leo, because that's really kind of your exalted state when we pull all those resources together like the Magician. So again, you make magic happen. Make it happen for you. He's a wise guy. See how he's lifting up his fingers to God to take the divine order of God and make it a material reality. So it means that you're capable of anything, all right? And you already know this, Leo. So it's just been a hard time when we encounter the stars. So let's move out and let's go get the rewards, including good friends and family or anywhere that touches your heart that you feel really groovy on, because that's the first setting. But let your heart fly in the creative energy. And what's so nice here too is other people look at you, how other people look at you in that eighth position is the Two of Wands. So we got another reflection of creative energy igniting here. And literally, you're coming out of the cave, that dark cave of enlightenment, like I was just speaking about with the Fool. Oh, I just noticed the Fool is right here. I never look at the cards. I just throw them out, and I like to be excited as well. Wow. Okay. So anyway, so you're coming out of that dark cave with the Hierophant, the priest of the tarot. Take the universal message of God and make it a material reality. Another reflection of the magic of the magician here. And here is you merging with imagination, inspiration in a new dynamic way, right? New experimentation, a new joy, a sense of adventure, excitement, enthusiasm get kicked off. And let's go see where we're going. Like, I've got a firm footing because I know some stuff. I'm wise out of that dark time. It's also a reflection of karmic energy, shining down on you, and that's how other people view you. So again, wherever you need to use this to your advantage to bring that razzmatazz into relationship, friendships, work stuff, even countering shady people. Shady people don't know what to do with happy, exciting, enthusiastic people that are full of ideas and that are giving right with that heart and the flow. That's how you overcome anybody else's shadiness, is by love and being powerful. So all right, so use that to your authority right there. Okay, Leo, the Two of Wands is how other people view you, and you're ready to take off anyway. Here's another reflection of the brother of the Page of Wands in that ninth card position, our hopes and fears. Another affirmation for you taking off in a new direction, for imagination and inspiration. There's that new day dawning. It's clarity is starting to come into play. So maybe you don't feel like you've got enough of foresight to see where you want to take that new direction. That's okay. Allow that heart to shine in that meditative state and acting out every day like that, being happy and giving and generous. All of a sudden that creative energy will start to flow. God wants to get you the idea, but I think you're a little bit like writer's block right now. You're getting too wound up on about that or other people in situations instead of the flow and connection from God, which you learned out of the stars. So let that enhance you. Let that imagination, inspiration take you off in new, exciting ways. And what's nice about the page, it can be youthful people too. A lot of people have that reflection about the page in the royal courts, right, of the suit of the tarots. But it's, again, the potential and opportunity for within you in the area of the creative, all right? So let's not be afraid of that energy, right? Because that's stirring, and maybe you're like a boiling teapot. You're wanting to like simmer down, and that's cool. That's all right. But that excitement that's stirring you, that flame that's got ignited, is not going to go away. You need to just work with it and harness it for your direction. That's really what the key is this week, okay? So let's not be fearful of that. He's hopping over the hills and trials into relation. You might have to go to A to Z with your ideas, whatever you want to do, wherever that touches. Again, family, friends, relationship, home, career, the way you're treating your body, all that kind of stuff gets onto this domain of this umbrella of this reading. Wherever you want to bring that fresh energy, you have the potential to do so. And you know how to do A to Z. You know you still have to do it, but you know how to do it a lot wiser, maybe a little bit quicker, more footing, stronger footing. That's a representation of the page. But you get that excitement again, which again, my Leo friends, I guarantee has been lacking for a while. So we get that stirring. Let's not be scaredy catty anywhere. In the 10 card outcome, I've got the 7 of Wands. The 7 is a seeker in numerology and tarot. The contemplation, meditation of new moves and a new direction is a reflection of the 7. And again, we're talking about creative energy. And also, too, what's nice here is we need that new direction. We need that new enhancement, because that's the 7. We're starting to wind up into the number 10, which is the suit of all the minor arcana. But in the Wands, too, we come and we confront competition. So let's say you got yourself in a razzmatazzy relationship. Don't get insecure. Don't get doubtful. Let's say you got out there and you're bringing excitement back to relationship or family or work or your own self. Don't get doubtful. Don't get insecure. Don't get anxiety with it. And that just causes indecision. It blocks any creativity, especially, and it totally blocks any productivity or moving forward. And that's the opposite of the 7. The 7 wants us to seek out answers. Like, as an example, me with business, if I had encountered this card when I was in New York City, I would look to see how I can make my product and services better in the light of other competitive, viewpoints, right? It's always there to make our, even the tough stuff is always there to make us better people, better situations, better products and services. God is always working in our favor. And this gives us the hard light, not to be delusional or not to rest on our accolades from the past, but to move forward, especially sitting on top of that Six of Cups. Let's not get lazy McGazy if there's a new stirring, which is absolutely happening. And don't get a scaredy catty attitude, my little lion friends. You are the lion. So you overcome this. It's for our betterment. Lift yourself up to the 100,000 viewpoint and look at the scenario underneath you and say, okay, where can we enhance this, including for yourself? Let's say you're putting yourself out there in a razzmatazzy way back in society again. You want to attract love or friends or whatever the case may be. Don't be insecure. This is for your benefit, okay? All your wands are there. You're the ones that took that wand to the 7th state. So believe in it. We're going to get the refresh, rejuvenation, and new state in the next card in the 8. That's what happens when we overcome that kind of conflict in our own head, really, mostly, right? And in the bonus card, here's that Fool I was talking about. I love this. The Fool is a major arcana, but it's not any major arcana. It starts the major arcana. Oh, that's so cool that the magician is sitting on top of it. So the Fool, after you come out of that cave, of that dark time, again, another reflection of how other people view you, that spiritual, emotional maturity has been achieved. Again, that new day, that clarity that you're getting out of that darkness of the time, you're getting to see light. You have some little hills and stuff, I find you, but you're ready to go jump off and just do the right thing. You're going to go take all those lessons you learned from God in the universe and go applying in your every day. And that's why God's kicking your heart ignite. But you're no fool at all. What's nice about the Fool is he's got that special connection for God. That's that reflection of the eagle. Sometimes you'll see a little white dog, either on the side as a loyal companion. It's a representation of that divine order that we have on us. And sometimes you'll see the little dog nipping at the Fool's heel. So you make sure you don't turn around and go backwards, right? Especially when we see that 6 of Cups in a nostalgic viewpoint. We can't get caught up in that. So the Fool, you almost always see him with animal skins. It's a reflection of we don't take anything forward materialistically, even emotional baggage we're not taking into our new tomorrow. And remember when you were young lions, you ran at stuff. Someone could tell you no, but if you thought you had an idea or an adventure or a love that you wanted to go run at, off you went, right? That same kind of kick in the ass of our own being, that excitement, that crush feeling out of the 2 of Cups, all gets blended together in the Fool. It gives us kick in our spirit and our heart and our step, and it's attraction to other people because it's somewhat fun and it's exciting. Everyone wants to be around a happy, exciting person like the Fool because there's joy emanating from the Fool. So let that be your light right now. You're coming out of that karmic reward card of the Star. Your heart and your creative energy is stirring, blended together, Leo, and let's go in a new direction for wherever you want that to be. Do not let bummy people or bummy situations get you down. Work around them. That's what the lesson is this week, okay? And if you're falling in love with the hottie tamale and it's taking you, sweeping you off your feet, or if you want to do that to somebody else, go ahead and do so. That's part of the journey of the heart, right? So thank you, Leo, for visiting the channel. I appreciate everyone who watches. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And those of you that subscribed, thank you, thank you, thank you as well. It means so much. And it's just been so loving. And if you haven't subscribed, if you would consider doing so, we're trying to grow the channel to reach other people about tarot because tarot is just the coolest thing in the world. Thank you, guys.